All right. So the template, having a good system for your template eliminates a lot of redundancies and a lot of potential errors. Okay. As you can see in that report, every subtest had a description, and every one of those descriptions remain the same. That the description doesn't change. What changes is the standard score they got and what range it fell in. Above average, average, below average, what have you. And that's why you need only change really about 15% of your report to individualize it for each student. But that 15% is a very important part. All right. The reason I say not to use report writing software, and maybe they've gotten better, but I know the first time I was called in to do a independent educational evaluation, I read the classroom observation, which was a single paragraph of 500 words in one sentence. So the school psychologist was using a report writing software, went in to do the observation, and noted just about every positive and every negative behavior that could be observed, and checked the boxes as he noted them in this report writing software, and produced this 500-word sentence. Run on? Yes. Defensible? No. In fact, the sentence itself was internally inconsistent, and one point it will say kids off task, the next point it will say the kids remarkably on task. It is possible that report writing softwares can make statements you can't support or include interventions in your report that you can't supply. They don't do this maliciously. Any report writing software is going to tell you to read through it and edit it. That's just the starting point. And if you did that, that's fine. But for me, what I fear is that I've got an IEP meeting coming up tomorrow, and I'm writing the report tonight, and I'm not going to proof it. So I want to know that everything in that report is something that I've created in my own template, that is unique to my district, and that can be supplied and is accurate. We have to remember that our reports are, we're always taught to write a good report, so if it goes to court, you can defend it. And that's a horrible reason to write a good report, right? We need to write a good report because it provides insight into the student's learning. It provides teachers and parents with this insight. And a good report, let me tell you, a good report, the parents are going to read, and it's going to color the way they interact with their student and what they expect from their student for basically the rest of their academic career. The things that you discover in your report and that you talk about should drive goals and services and accommodations and interventions and modifications. The report should drive the IEP. It really should. Basically you're determining qualifying area, you're determining eligibility, and the team says, yes, he qualifies under SLD. The present levels will support probably what you found in your psychoed. And the present levels then are taken from your report and from the teacher and from student performance. They drive the goals, and the goals drive the services. The accommodations should be based on, I'm sorry, I got distracted. It should be based on the present levels, goals, and services. I got distracted because I want to show you something real quick. Take a look. And this is the first time I've done this publicly. This is my template. I want to show you my recommendation section. So in my psychoeds now, I'm recommending to the team areas that goals should be developed in. Now, if I have the time, I will actually go out and get a third grade reading goal if they need a reading goal, and word it so that it works for the student. So I'll say, okay, at the very least, I'll say we need goals in reading, if that's the case, on task behavior, and a goal in math. Okay, if those are the areas of weaknesses, I'd recommend accommodations that the IEP team should think about putting in the IEP. I'll recommend services, including how much time I think the SAI teacher should be working with the student and what that work should focus on, whether or not I'm recommending any group counseling and what groups I'm thinking about recommending, if they need any speech and language OT, what have you. And then differentiated instruction is based on how the student is learning. So what is it? What is it that this student requires? Do they require the teacher to hand out notes to the student? Do they require that multiple choice answers be simplified, so instead of having 4 multiple choices they only have 3? Do they require highlighting of certain key words? Do they require the vocabulary to be pre-taught? That would all be differentiated instruction. So this is, before, and there is still the other recommendation source in this report, in this template. You've got basically interventions for dyslexia. You've got planning deficit. If their score on the CAS is really low, these are some things you can do with help with executive functioning, attention deficit recommendations. A lot of these are right out of sources that I have long forgot. It's not like I invented any of these. These two are actually, excuse me, sorry. These two are actually from my training as a pilot. That I've modified for kids. This one too, hazardous attitudes, verbal. So anyway, you've got these, but these recommendations fall under a category called general recommendation, and they should not be included in the IEP unless interventions are agreed to by the team. So, and as you can see here, even in this description, parents and teachers are encouraged to modify interventions according to Emmett's unique needs. So this will be his name. It again, it's even making the description of the general recommendation personal by doing a mail merge. Okay. This is my reminder here. Can we use some NAS helping handouts? And if so, I'll insert them. All right. So I just wanted to throw this out as an idea for your IEP recommendation. You know the student almost better than anybody at that point except the parent, and you definitely understand how they learn better than anybody at this point. So you could really provide the SAI teacher and the team with a big head start by writing recommendations like this.